Good morning, this is John, host of Mgtow is Freedom. I want to start by saying that what attracted me to Mgtow and looking at it, what attracted me is that there's actual philosophy behind it. There's actual reasoning and thinking. And it's not gossip. It's not just opinion. Right? What we're talking about is what has gone wrong in our world. Looking at the pathological and systemic nature of the problems with women. And when people talk about, well, they're free, right? Women are equal now. That's what this is all about. It's never been about equality. In every case, throughout human history, in every relationship, it has been about supremacy. It has been about domination. And when you're not intellectually honest with yourself, you can't be intellectually honest with others about that topic. It's about domination. The battle of the sexes that occurred pretty much started with it's been around forever, but it became popularized with the tennis match between Billie Jean King, who was the foremost. She was the Serena Williams of the 70s, except she was lesbian. She was lesbian, right? And she took on Bobby Riggs, who was not in his prime. It would be like asking Arnold Schwarzenegger to join a bodybuilding contest. He's in his early 70s, and you're going to put him up against guys in his 20s? Yeah, he's still going to be good. He's still one of the great men in bodybuilding of all time, if not the greatest, but he just can't compete. Not at that level. So in the 70s, you had Billie Jean King go up against Bobby Riggs, and it was called the Battle of the Sexes. And she defeated him, right? And so women said, see, you can be as good as a man, right? But it's never been about being as good as. It's never been about equality. It's been about superiority, supremacy, domination. And here's the fact, cold hard fact, men. Someone has to dominate. Somebody. At every level in life, at every age, in every position in business and government, someone has to be the dominant, the boss. Someone does. And men were convinced, probably you included, that you had to accept women as your equal and accept others as your equal and stop dominating. That was what this was about. It was to get men to not just lose, but just to cede authority as the leaders in relationships. If you really sit down and think about it, there is no equality. There never can be. I think you and I, we all know that. We all know that. But the big trick, right? The big con was to tell us to give them equal rights. It was never about rights. It was about dominance in the relationship. That women should be in charge. That women can make great decisions. And as usual, I'm going to excuse all of the good women. You can leave. You're dismissed because this isn't about you. Unless you want to sit and talk. But I'm talking about all the fucked up women. And there is a vast percentage of them that are fucked up in the head. And if that wasn't the case, there wouldn't be the divorce rate. There wouldn't be a movement called Mgtow, where men are literally willing to go their own way and leave women completely behind in their lives. Because in all truth, they are not necessary. Women have sold this story to us, where women have been used to sell the story that we need to have them and pay for them and coddle them and care for them like children. Children with large appetites for money and power over us. It's just incredible. It'd be like having inviting a bear to live in your house. It's going to terrorize you and do whatever it wants. That's what women are today. Because we lost the battle of the sexes as a species, as the male species. We lost that in the 70s. We lost it because of the political stuff, because of the social engineering that occurred back then. We are paying that. We are paying that plus interest now. So one of the major, I'm only going to say it's major strategies, comes from Sandman. Sandman wants to starve the beast, right? He wants to see society collapse and relationships collapse to the point that women have to return. That's kind of a passive plan. And I think in a lot of cases, it's just fine because that's what has to happen. I have taken a little bit more of a proactive approach in the way I deal with women and women's rights and equality and things like bullying. And perhaps, you just need practice at this. Perhaps we just need practice at this. Women practice, men, from the time they learn to walk and talk. They practice manipulating and controlling men. And when they make it to adolescence, driver's license age, they realize the amount of power they have over men. And literally, they're the foxes that are in the chicken yard. Right? They come home to roost every night. And it's terrible. They've got us. They've got us, right? They've had us for a long time. You've got to, I think this Mgtow movement is great because it's giving us, and this is a battle, and we have to take the battle back to them. There is no leader you can take out. They're everywhere. Every set of tits is the enemy. Every woman is the enemy when it comes to the battle of the sexes, because it is a battle and you have to win it. And destroying the enemy through attrition, that is starving it by ignoring it, they're not going to go away. I think it's been discussed that as we get further down this road, if the government doesn't all up and collapse on itself, the government will find new ways to take our money as men, as the producers, and give it to women. Give it to women. So that they don't even have to be in relationships with us to take our money. Socialized medicine is one of those ways that's occurring. Women cost far more to take care of medically than what it is they're being charged or taxed for. Facts. So essentially, they're getting free stuff. Someone's paying for it. It's you and me. The healthier and stronger a man you are, and the more productive you are, the more you're going to pay, directly and indirectly. So this battle of the sexes, how do we win it? How do we do it? We can starve them whenever we can. You can start by denying women your attention. A lot of you do that. You talk about being ghost, right? Being gray so they can't see you. Right? And denying them that. And I've had women that crave my attention so much tell me that they passed me on the road, I didn't see their car and waved, and if I didn't do that again, they were going to start cussing at me and flipping me off. They're aggressive beasts, and they need that attention. So I think maybe, being passive and ignoring them, that's like firing a couple salvos. That's launching some ammunition into the war zone. Some munitions, some grenades we're tossing. I think that if we want to win this battle, because that's what it is, if you do not aggressively engage the enemy, you will lose. By the way, for those of you who don't know me, I'm an ex-Marine. I'm 6'6". I'm 270 pounds. You're going to learn a lot more about me as we go. I don't just roll over. I don't do it. And I know all you guys don't either. But we need to realize that now we have the intellectual foundation and basis to understand what it is women are doing through the Mgtow movement, through the dissemination of information about the game we're playing. It is now time to go on the offensive. The battle of the sexes we need to engage head on. Even if you don't want women in your life personally. Right? If you feel that you're just a beta male and you've had it with being shamed and used, if you're just tired as an alpha male of putting up with stupidity, right, and you've decided just to go with the pump 'em and dump 'em, you still need to win this game. A big part of Mgtow is, hey, make money, enjoy it yourself, live life the way you want. Well, fucking A, that's great. But these women, as Sandman and others have discussed, and now I am, are going to find more ways to get more money out of you. If you won't give it to them through a relationship where they're giving you pussy every now and then, they're going to find a way to have the government do it for them, and you won't get any pussy for it. And I can cite many reasons and many ways I see this happening. In England, you can't even look at women. You can't catcall. You can't approach them unless they give you indicator signs first. Are you fucking kidding me? They're already starting to deny men all access to them unless they approve it. And even if they approve it, they can change their mind afterward and call it rape. That's disgusting. After the fact, you can change your mind. That is logically vacant. That is a fallacy of epic proportions. But it's part of the battle of the sexes. They are taking more and more in different areas, and we need to fight back. I want to talk about in future videos how to fight back in your personal life, how to fight back in your professional life, how to fight back with strangers, how to fight back with people in your family. You've got to take the fight to the enemy. Now, in the Army, you have foxholes. In the Marine, we call them fighting holes. And it's where you hold a position and you don't move.